Assalamu alaikum, people. You know, this is always a cold game, man, when you dealing with certain things in certain situations. Um, and when you dealing with this case, man, this draws down case, you can't blame, can nobody blame nobody but Big U, man, for this stupid ass shit. Um, this dude, Big U, he took this dude, let's do a recap. First of all, he brought Luce Cannon father around. We all know that. I've said that a million times. Luce Cannon's father was an informant from the rip. Got a lot of dudes in jail. Was on the payroll on his highest level. And basically, he did some shit like his son did. But he did something more heinous. He killed 2 people and went to jail and thought he had a get out of jail free card, but they washed him in the process. Now, fast forward to his son. This dude, Big U, Mr. Anybody Killer, he knew that this dude, Luce Cannon, and his father was compromised. But he still dealt with him. He still brought him around. He made it comfortable for him to claim that neighborhood. So we can't put that on the section over there in the 60s. We got to put that on one individual. Big U brought all of them dudes around because, quote unquote, that's their uncle. On quote unquote, Big U is their father best friend. And that is true. If you ever knew Nutty and seen Nutty have a tattoo with Big U name on it. And this is where a lot of the back doors come in at between Big U and Nutty. Now, Luce Cannon gets on the podcast. We all know he got on that podcast. He made certain statements. First statement he made, he said that Big U was getting guns, and writing down the serial numbers. Right? We all know that. We all know that to be true, right? So, and then he said that Nip called him 30 minutes before he got killed, which is a fucking lie. I don't know why he did that stuff. Not Nip called, but he FaceTime. Big U called him and FaceTime him and all that old shit. We knew that was a lie. I knew that was a lie from the rip. And then he said about the robbery. He made statements about the robbery. But now, here's an audio that has been leaked from, he's trying to get out a certain situation. I'm going to play this audio for you. Let me start playing it so you guys can get a understanding on what's going on.
Thank you. I got you on the landline. All right. It tends to work better for me. As I said, I'm going to record this call just so that I have accurate notes of what you say, and then I don't have to stop. Yeah, no problem. All right. So what the government is claiming, this is from an FBI affidavit that was filed in court. They say that the statements that Luce made about Henley and Grid and all that stuff and getting 40,000 and giving 20 of it back was of a robbery that Henley robbed this guy Monster, who was running a drug dispensary, and then gave him part of it back. And they claim that that's what this conversation was all about.
Well, the thing about it is this. This was a conversation that Luce Cannon was having because he said a bunch of things. I think it was something in the ballpark of dude collecting guns or passing out guns and writing down serial numbers. That's the grid program side of it.
Right. What did you understand Luce to be talking about?
Well, that part he was saying that he saw Big U passing out guns to his homeboys, and but he was writing down serial numbers off the guns. That's what he's saying he saw, which that's some crazy shit. But I do know the grid program because we're the one broke the story of Big U being part of the grid program, which says you turn in guns, detailed hot spots in the neighborhood, gang-related situations, so on and so forth. So everything else Luce was talking about, you got to remember, Luce Cannon is known. We bring him on shows because we know he's going to lie. We don't bring him on shows because
You hear that? They bring him on shows because they know he's going to lie. Man, this dude, I swear for God, it's like him and his father. He's his father twin, reincarnated, bro. I'm talking about at his highest level. Everything this dude did, bro, remind me of his father so much. It was unbelievable, man. This dude, Luce Cannon, he gonna try to squirm his way up out of that. And just listen some more, man. Watch what he do to how he try to do Big U. This dude is crazy.
telling the truth. We bring him on shows to hear the lies we gonna tell. That's like a comedian. You know what I'm saying?
That's fine, but I just want to know what you understood him to be talking about. Because
I heard what everybody else heard. He was telling a story of an incident that happened, and he said something like that they left with one amount of money, and they was asked to give up some of the amount of money, and dude gave it back to somebody. I mean, but like I said, bro, like Luce Cannon is known. Like you hire a comedian to come make you laugh, we bring him on platforms expecting 1 million lies. So we don't, we listen to him and we'll help him keep the lie going because it's just content. This is fucking YouTube, bro.
Well, no, what I understand him to be talking about, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Henley was scamming the city by going out and picking up guns from gang members that he could turn in for money, and then he was giving half the money back to the gang members who gave him the guns. So
I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. That's a whole nother thing because I thought he mentioned somewhere. I don't know. But I wouldn't know if Big U. I wouldn't know if Big U got paid for guns. We know he was in the thing. So I don't know because I thought he said he watched them write down the serial numbers and pass them out. So if he's passing out the guns, then that means he doesn't have them to turn in to the city. So that doesn't make. But again, this is Luce Cannon. Like, dude just said shit. Like, think about it. If he's writing down serial numbers and passing them out, that paints the picture that he's keeping the serial numbers to turn into law enforcement. So when this gun is used, law enforcement knows who had the guns. That's what we heard. Now, you're saying he collected the guns to go turn them in. So, the whole story to us was a fucking hoax. We didn't put no time or thought into it.
What my understanding is, what Luce was referring to was that Henley got paid by the city for the guns. That was part of his compensation.
What did Luce tell you? Is that what he's telling you?
That's what he said. He was referring to that and the fact that Henley would turn around and give half the money back to the gang members who gave him the guns in the first place. So they got a cut.
So
you hear that? See, what Luce is trying to do is Luce is trying to get out the robbery. Okay? Pay attention to the play. He's trying to get out the robbery. And by him getting out the robbery, he's trying to say that the statement that he made at No Jumper, he was talking about Big U scheming and scamming and defrauding the government. This is what he's saying. He's saying that he wasn't saying that. He's saying that Big U was the ones that was getting the guns and turn them in to the whoever, 77 to the city or wherever he was turning them into, and he was getting the money and he was bringing back the money and giving it back to the dudes in the Crenshaw district. You see that? See, this is what Luce Cannon is trying to do. Luce Cannon is basically throwing everything on Big U. But it doesn't, it's not a rocket, for me, it's not a rocket science that he's doing this. It don't take a rocket. I already knew he was that type of dude. I knew he was going to try to squirm his way about the whole situation. I'm not going to play the whole tape. If y'all want to hear the whole tape, go over there to 600 page. He has the whole audio on his page. I'm saying this, man. This dude, Big U, is the biggest fucking dummy that ever walked the Crenshaw district, bro. You can't get not one dude from that section that basically knowing dudes is hot, knowing dudes is compromised, and they will bring them in their circle like that, bro. There's no way. Everybody, a lot of dudes don't know, and a lot of people don't understand that Big U whole circle was full of rats, full of dudes that had paperwork on him, told on murders, told on all type of stuff, bro. I'm talking about told on a whole bunch of dudes, and he dealt with these dudes. And the reason why he dealt with these dudes is because he could control these dudes, bro. That's what he done, man. Now he's in the pickle. So you see how this shit is coming full circle? The very dude that he called his best friend, son, is throwing him all the way up under the bus. You see how that shit come full circle? Big U should have never, ever, ever embraced this dude's son like that, bro. And if he did was gonna supposed to embrace that dude's son, he should have never brought him around that atmosphere. You know, he made that dude feel comfortable to be a part of the Rolling 60s. He made this dude feel that he was something. He was like that, and he wasn't really like that. Now he's in jail. He's gonna tell, man. He's gonna throw everybody up on the bus. He's probably already made statements on Bear Claw and everybody, bro. See, you guys that be doing this content about Big U and be saying, "Oh, these dudes, Big U, he this and he that, he this." Nah, bro, you guys don't know because y'all not from over there, bro. Y'all not from over there. Y'all don't know, man. Y'all literally don't know. Why do you don't think the dudes from the 60s is not coming to this dude's defense, bro? Because he dropped the ball, bro, on his highest level. He dropped the ball, man. He brought somebody in like this dude, first of all, nutty, and got a whole bunch of dudes locked up. You know, his daddy. Then he brought his ass in. Now he got other dudes locked up. He got Bear Claw locked up. He got Fonnie locked up. This dude been working, man. This dude been working. This dude been working, man, so much, man. But if you guys go over the 600 page and hear all this whole audio, bro, it'll blow you away, man. I'm gonna play a little bit more. Hold on.
What I'm trying to understand, Luce Cannon is saying Big U will collect the guns out the streets, take it to the grid program, get paid, and then come back and give the gang members some of the money.
Yep. Did you understand?
Here goes my question. Luce has
This is Luce
a robbery, a Hobbs robbery. What does that have to do with his robbery?
Bingo. What is?
You see that? The man is confirming that the dude Luce is trying to put everything out on Big U. He's trying to get out the robbery. He's trying to say that they didn't rob Dale. He's trying to say they didn't extort Dale. And if you read when you hear this audio, this dude Whack 100, he's helping this dude Big U, but he's not gonna help this dude Luce Cannon. I would never help a dude like that, man. I wouldn't give a shit if I could help a dude like that. I would never help a dude like that. Period. A day in my life, I wouldn't give a shit. You know, like I said, man, y'all can go over there to 600 page and y'all can basically see the rest of, hear the rest of the audio. But hey, man, I've been trying to tell y'all, man, what's going on with this case. Dudes are compromised. Luce Canada's compromised. It's a lot of people been compromised, man. And basically, Big U done it to himself, man. He literally done this shit to himself, man. He can't blame nobody else, man. Big U and the F troops, man. You ain't gonna never ever see no shit like this ever in the history of that Crip shit, man. This dude, man, he knew these dudes was compromised, but he brought these dudes in. He knew the Jew boy was compromised. He knew Luce Cannon was compromised. He knew Rock was compromised. He knew a whole lot of dudes was compromised, bro. And he still brought these dudes up in his circle, man. And basically now he's fighting for his life, and they gonna all throw his ass up under the bus. Assalamu alaikum.